Recording start.
Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Mira, and today I will be playing Sammy Jax. With me is my very wonderful friend and co-conspirator.
Hello, 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 hi, hello, howdy. Several greetings, several salutations, many things of glad to fucking be here. Hi, I'm Whirl. I'm going to be playing, He Who Funky Time Warlock Lady Lethologica Beckford. Also, Mira is wonderful, and I adore, and yes, blessed person. You thought you could get away from my compliment spam by doing the intro, but you were so sorely wrong.
What is this? I am being attacked by affection!
What is this? Affection. Gross. Do it again. Seriously, Mira is great, and I love. Best friend.
And I love you too, Whirl. Thank you. You got me off my rhythm now.
Good.
You threw me off my groove.
Fuck your groove, man.
Look, it's gotten yeeted off a cliff. There it goes. Okay. Lethe, how has it been, my friend?
Well, a lot of things have happened over the last 48-ish hours. She went to her hotel room after court. That was nice because she was tired. Good God, that was a mess. And then she got a visit from Lynn, who was very nice. We all love the moment the candle lights. Best monkey detective, good friend. And then Lynn kidnapped her, kind of, to teach language. Or, well, she wanted Lethe to teach her language, because Lethe speaks Echo, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Lethe wound up staying the night at Lynn's lovely friend house network. Met Rye. That was cool. He's baby. And now she's trying to get back. She's trying to get home. But Toontown is a long way from Halloween Town.
Oh boy, has it ever.
And she doesn't know that because she hasn't looked at a fucking map.
Does she even know what a map is?
She knows what a map is. Like, I think she has seen maps in her studying.
Mm-hmm.
She's looked at maps, but she's never triangulated, oh, okay, this is Toontown and this is Halloween Town. Because she didn't know Toontown was a fucking thing. She doesn't even probably know that she's in Toontown. Like, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
This girl is a disaster. And right now, she is kind of wandering around an abandoned section of Toontown, being very fucking lost.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want you to roll perception for me.
I can do that. What is my perception? That's a +7. Fuck yeah. Brrr.
Okay, 19. Lethe, you notice immediately when you step from a very busy side of Toontown to abandoned. Like, boom, there is a very, very, very distinct line that you crossed from busy to silent.
Can I say something as a gag?
Uh-huh.
When she notices this solid line, she like steps back and forth across it a couple times, like noisy, silent, noisy, silent, noisy, silent. Okay, there's a thing going on here. Noisy, silent, noisy, silent, noisy, silent, noisy, silent, noisy, silent.
Whirl, I have to let you know, you were the first person to pull out that gag. So yeah, you do that a couple of times, just Noisy, silent, noisy, silent, noisy, silent. Whoa, there is something going on. And with that 19, as you are continuing on, because, oh, this is weird, this is new, everything's new to you, but this is newer. You don't know exactly if this is normal for this place that you've wound up in or not. But you start.
This weirdly stylistically different and geographically different section of Halloween Town. That's what she's assuming.
Oh, bless. Oh, bless her heart. Uh, you look around and you start to notice that a lot of these shops and houses and apartments, a lot of them are boarded up, and there's broken glass still on the ground. There's a lot of disused places. Like, it's very eerily silent.
Hmm. Okay, that's an 8. That was wisdom save.
That was a nat 1.
Yeah, that was a nat 1. That's an 8. So Lethe is seeing all of the broken and run down stuff, and there are tears in her eyes now.
Oh,
She's crying, and her hands are kind of going to her hammer space because, okay, where's the toolkit? We're going to fix this. 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 This is wrong. We got to fix this. Okay. And that's kind of her mindset, is she's wandering around looking for a place to start with fixing because this is wrong. This is wrong. Don't like this.
Well,
wrong, bad, terrible, awful. Stop.
mhm.
Cease and desist.
As you're wandering, your eyes fall on a disused theater where the sign is clearly worn away with time. You can't even read what it used to display, what was used to be playing on the theater, what play was going to be coming on next. But your eyes follow where there is a slat in the fencing, and it's odd because it isn't as run down as everything else. The slat that's kind of been tilted to the side and left a gap looks purposeful. And the fence itself looks like someone's been working at it to like repaint it, kind of smooth down the all of the splinters and everything, kind of sand it down so it's not as rough looking. What do you do, Lethe?
That does sort of ease her mind a little bit and pull her out of the, oh fuck, everything's wrong, I don't like this, I need to fix everything spiral. And she kind of rubs at her eyes to be like, okay, nope, not crying anymore. Okay, let's start where things seem to be starting to be okay, and maybe we can go from there. And she's gonna go over there, and she's going to squeeze through that gap.
And as you squeeze through the gap, it's very, very easy for you, Lethe. You enter into a place that isn't abandoned at all. You step into... You don't know exactly what this is, but it's lush and green, and there's so many vibrant colors. And you know these are plants, but you know that they are being cultivated, but I'm not entirely sure if you know what a garden is.
She does not, in fact, know exactly what the term garden means. She's going to mentally log this down as a botanical area and start wandering around because, ooh, pretty.
Okay, we're just gonna roll.
Should I roll perception?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me perception again, and I'm gonna roll as well. Okay, with an 18, you notice right away a very familiar face, kind of working in the shadows of this botanical area, and he is hands deep in dirt, and he does not seem to notice you at all.
And she's going to blink once, twice, and then she's going to smile and say, "Oh, hello, co-counsel Sammy."
Uh, uh, oh, hello, Miss Lethe. I didn't expect you to be here. And as you see him speaking, you notice that his mask is around his neck and his hood is down, revealing very long rainbow hair that's pulled up into kind of a messy bun.
Oh, well, to be perfectly honest, neither did I, but it's nice to see you again.
Sammy kind of sets down his tools that he was working with, digging in one of the more empty flower bed places. We'll just go with places right now. I cannot speak. And kind of gets up. He brushes off his hands and he smiles at you, Lethe, and it's a very warm smile, despite the fact that he has very sharp teeth.
She's going to make she's going to actually say like that as a note, like not in a malicious way, just, "Oh, your teeth are very sharp."
Yeah, they're sharp. It kind of comes, I think, with the territory of being a barbarian for me.
You're a barbarian?
Barbarian cleric. I'm not exactly the strongest cleric yet. My temper still gets the best of me sometimes.
Blink, blink. I'm going to assume then that this is a different kind of barbarian than what I'm thinking of because, yeah, nope, okay. This is obviously something I have to research later.
Sammy's shading turns gray.
Oh, I just know the definition of barbarian as being somebody who is uncivilized and violent, and you are neither of these things.
A barbarian is something called a class, I believe. It's something some people tend to fall into when we get extremely angry. We can use that anger to help. Sammy kind of thinks for a moment, and he's like, we use our strength to. We turn that anger into strength, and then we can often either take out what has offended us, which in my case is someone endangering another person, often is a trigger for me. It's really useful in a fight. But it's kind of difficult when you're just trying to live your day-to-day life and you get very angry at the fact that you stubbed your toe, and then he just kind of like starts muttering under his breath, looking really sheepish.
And Lethe is just nodding. She has pulled out a notebook and is writing everything down.
I feel like Sammy's like sheepish look kind of like even deepens because he's not really book learned. He feels really unqualified to even really be like teaching Lethe these things because he barely understands anything like that.
Well, Lethe just kind of grins at him and says, "Thank you, that's information I did not have before. And now I have it.
Well,
And it's always good to have information on hand."
yeah, knowing things is really great. Um, do do you want to sit down at all? There's a fountain over here that we can sit down and chat if you'd like.
Oh, okay. Fountain. I know what that is. I know what that is. I've seen one. I've seen one, haven't I? Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes, I've seen one.
Sammy just kind of blink, blink, blink. He doesn't know. Lethe's seen a fountain before.
Sammy, you can roll insight on Lethe if you'd like.
Okay, that is a +1. That's a 4. That's a 4. He perceives nothing.
You perceive nothing.
He's like busy, kind of like already. He's like, I picture like turned around and has started to walk to the fountain. So he's more trying to focus on not tripping over his own feet than trying to figure out what Lethe means.
Yeah, Lethe's going to notice that he's leaving and just be like, "Yes, I've seen a fountain before. I know what a fountain is. It's one of those things that sprays water everywhere." And then she's going to nod to herself very seriously, very solid in her understanding and belief that she knows what a fountain is, and she knows what a fountain does, so she knows what to expect, and she runs after Sammy to follow him.
I hold her so soft. She's so soft, Your Honor. And as Sammy leads Lethe to the fountain area of the garden, it is. Do you want to describe it since it's describing your character, Whirl?
Yeah, I can run through a quick description. This section of the garden is kind of tucked away from the rest of it. There are 2 big trees in the back corners, and between them there is a large fountain with a statue. There's a fountain that has a statue depicting a woman in a black dress with long rainbow hair made of blown glass, who is holding a spear, from which the majority of the water is flowing into the fountain.
Mm-hmm. And Lethe, you can roll insight on Sammy as he's kind of stopped at the foot of the fountain.
Gladly. That's an 11.
Okay, 11. Judging from the warm tone of color that his shading has shifted to, it's a yellow, by the way, and the smile on his face, he's really happy to see this fountain. And then he kind of just turns around and sits at the fountain's edge, where it's got a kind of nice, thick basin, and you can sit nice and comfortably. And he just kind of pats next to him for Lethe to sit down as well.
Lethe is going to pause for a minute and stare up at the statue. Blink. Blink. Mental note made that this is a thing that exists. And then she's going to sit down.
I am just holding her very soft. Oh my gosh. Whirl, I love Lethe. I love Lethe so much.
She is a disaster. She is learning things about the world, and she needs to make sure she remembers what exists and what doesn't.
Hold soft. I hold her so soft. And Sammy just kind of leans kind of back on his hands and then kind of looks over at Lethe, and he's still smiling, and his expression is like really soft. And then he tilts his head and is like, "So, Lethe, what brings you to Toontown? Last I knew you were still in Halloween Town."
Blink. Blink. Wait, This isn't Halloween Town?
No, Halloween Town is way over. Sammy kind of just gestures in an away kind of motion, and then is just like, you're in Toontown. And how'd you get here if you didn't know that this wasn't Halloween Town?
Scene transition. I, I, hmm. Okay, that explains why I was getting so lost. I came to visit, Detective Stagehand. Well,
Mm.
she came to visit me, and then I came with her here so that I could teach her, my, uh, my first language.
Oh, what
Uh,
what language is that?
uh, Echo? I don't imagine you've probably heard of it.
Sammy shakes his head.
Yeah, no, it's a touch-based telepathic language.
Oh, that's useful.
Very.
So was the detective able to understand it?
Oh, she's a very fast learner. Um, a lot of fun to talk to as well. She's very kind.
Yeah, she seemed really nice from our interactions while we were helping you out with your case.
And she just has a very happy, fond, warm expression on her face. Just, yeah, that's the person I like.
Sammy's face just softens even more as he's looking at you, Lethe, and his shading has shifted from just yellow to gold edged with pink.
Oh, I also met her son. That's the proper term, right? Her son. Rye? He was very kind and very polite.
Aw.
And very good friend. He gave me this. And she reaches under her shirt collar for a second and pulls out a gold necklace with a gold coin charm on it.
Oh, that's really pretty.
He gave me the coin because I fixed his tea set. Which he didn't need to give me a coin for because I would have done it anyway because I like fixing things. This area is really broken. I need to fix it. I'm going to fix everything here. Eventually. Probably. If I come back. I hope I'll come back. Anyway, he gave me...
Lethe, can you roll insight on Sammy?
Sure. 24!
Okay, with a dirty 24, you've kind of just stunned Sammy silent, and he's just staring at you very wide-eyed.
And she's going to blink, catch herself mid-sentence, and then just quietly sort of fold her hands in her lap and shrink back a bit and say, Did I say something wrong?
No, Lethe, you didn't say anything wrong. I just... For a very long time, it's only been me working on trying to fix this place, this surrounding area, and it's a lot to do on your own. So if you ever want to come back and help, that I would greatly appreciate that. And so would my mom. And he kind of turns his head and looks up at the statue.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to roll intelligence. Because Lethe, bless her heart, is not going to make the immediate connection.
I mean, she's valid. But Dice
Okay.
Parser says that the dots are connected.
Okay. I was going to say, if she rolled badly, she was going to be like, oh, "Oh, did your mum get turned into a statue?"
But that was a 21.
Yeah, with a 21, she looks at the statue, and her assumption is that Sammy's mom is the lady depicted in the statue because, rainbow hair. Yes, that means they are related. Um, and she's going to just quietly make the assumption that, oh, okay, so this lady is very, very important. Sammy's legal guardian is very, very important and does important stuff, and that's why she has a statue. And also, apparently, this area is probably belonging to her because you can own land. So that means that she is probably the landowner in this area, and something probably happened and it has fallen into disrepair, and she's probably sad about it because everybody is sad when their things get broken.
I mean, she's kind of right. She's kind of right.
I apologize. She has no context.
I know.
I don't think this girl knows what a god is.
Well, and Sammy doesn't. Okay, I need to roll a contesting insight to see if Sammy notices these gears turning in her. Nope. He does not realize that he has not given her enough clues about the identity of his mother.
Yeah, she's not going to, bring it up. She's just going to nod very seriously and be like, well, I enjoy fixing things. And this area needs a lot of fixing. And things that are made for people, they deserve to have people look after them, because if you give something a bit of your time, then it will last for longer and have more time of its own, and then it can give more to other people, and it can be happy, and it can love them a lot, and that goes especially for buildings. So I will help fix.
Sammy looks back at you, Lethe, as you continue your explanation, and his expression is very tentative because he remembers Lethe's issues with touch, and he kind of hesitates and then asks, Miss Lethe, could I give you a hug?
Sure, okay. Hugs are nice.
Sammy's gonna hug Lethe because she's wanting to help, and he's very emotionally just, I am going to treasure this person. This person is my friend, and I am going to help. He is very, very hold soft.
And Lethe is just going to hug back because, hugs are nice. She doesn't understand the emotional weight of this situation. She's just going to be like, oh, okay, I'm getting a hug now. Hugs are nice. Cool.
Oh, Whirl, why do you keep creating characters that can one-shot me with just how them being them?
I have two modes, baby and bastard.
You do both of those modes really well, and I love Lethe so much.
Lethe outside the courtroom definitely falls into the fucking baby variety, especially only a few days after she started existing.
Yep, she is baby, Your Honor, and Sammy and I are both very hold soft. Oh. But yeah, he gives her a very gentle squeeze and then kind of pulls back a little, and then he kind of gives Lethe a once over and is kind of just, how are you doing after everything?
I am functional.
Right, but do I know you told us about what happened, but do do you need to talk about it anymore? Do you there Sammy's trying to explain this to a kid who's only been around for what? How many days now? A few? A few.
Yeah, she's been around for like a week max.
Yeah, like she's a week old. For heaven's sake.
Yeah. She doesn't know things.
Like being functional is great, Lethe, but have are you sleeping okay? Are you doing how are you feeling? Here. And he kind of reaches up and kind of gently taps Lethe where her heart is.
And they're sort of responding tick ding because yay, heart is a clock.
Cluck, cluck, cluck.
Um and she kind of blinks and she shrugs and says, "Well, I assume I'm sleeping as just as well as anyone. I mean, I've only, I've only woken up with the need to throw up twice since uh since everything, and I've only woken up in pain and screaming 3 times."
Sammy's immediately pulling out from his hammer space a lollipop, and he hands this to Lethe and kind of he gets off of the fountain and then kind of just kneels in front of her so they're height level still, and he kind of just gently hands the lollipop to her and then just kind of gently puts his hands on her shoulders and looks her straight in the eye, and he says, Lethe, that's not normal. You're not having a good rest, which is understandable considering you came into being over a murder and were accused of that murder. And I this piece of candy should help. It's called a lollipop. My uncle makes them. They when you eat it before bed, it gives you good dreams. So tonight when you go to bed, try eating this first. It should help. You shouldn't wake up needing to scream or needing the need to throw up. You should have a good dream tonight if you eat that.
Sammy can roll insight if he wants.
Please, Dice Parser. Oh, thank you, Dice Parser. That's a 17. What does that give me?
Yeah. So a couple things. The sound of ticking that kind of accompanies Lethe everywhere has sort of picked up speed a little bit. And she looks very, very, very confused. Like, Sammy, you may have short circuited her brain a little bit. Like, she looks baffled and confused by the concept that her dreams are not what's supposed to happen. And she just kind of quietly circles back to, wait, that's not what's supposed to happen when you sleep?
They happen, but it's not the good kind of sleep. They're called nightmares. Which, honestly, we should have expected this when we found out what you went through, but nightmares happen when you go through something traumatic. It's our way of processing what happened when we sleep, but when nightmares cause you to wake up with such visceral reactions, sometimes it's better to give your mind some rest, which is any nods at the Lollipop is where Lollipops come in, so you can actually recuperate instead of just letting your mind replay what happened and twisting it as it tries to understand what happened.
And she nods, but she still looks very, very confused. And she quietly says, I think, is it possible to be, I don't know, what special case where that's normal? Because that's been happening every time I sleep. I don't think I've ever not had a sleep that wasn't about a sleep that was about whiteout happens a lot, then getting killed, obviously. God, fuck prosecutor Mori. Goodness gracious.
Sammy stands up and he's gonna pull out from his hammer space. He pulls out a painting and then he walks over to the wall and hangs it up, and you blink, Lethe, and then all of a sudden there is a little cottage where the painting once was hung up. And Sammy turns to Lethe and he's like, well, if you want to take a nap, we could test out and see if it is normal for you or not.
She's momentarily just going to stare because there is a house. That's a whole house that wasn't there before. There's a house there that wasn't there a second ago. How did that happen? Is that allowed? Is that legal? I think she's actually going to say that. Just, is that up to area regulation code?
Sammy kind of blinks and then kind of shrugs, and he's like, well, Nick's Glorp tends to sell rare items, but I don't think they would sell things that are illegal. So I think it's okay.
Oh, okay. Question 2. What's a nap?
What's a what? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Question 2. What is a nap?
I can answer that one a bit easier. A nap is when you go to sleep when it's not necessarily time to sleep, but you're still kind of tired and you basically sleep before it's nighttime, because that's generally when people go to sleep.
She's just going to mentally note down the, okay, most people sleep at night instead of just sleeping whenever they get tired.
Yep. Because usually it's nighttime when people get tired.
Yeah. I apologize for all of the things Lethe doesn't know. She is still learning how to person.
No, I love it. Never apologize for Lethe. I hold her so soft.
And she's going to blink and say, well, okay, sure, that sounds like it could be fun.
Yeah, come on. I'm pretty sure that the paintings got a room all set up for you. It set up some nice bedrooms for when my friends slept over a little while back. Come on, and I'll make you some hot chocolate. It usually makes me sleepy.
Oh, that sounds nice. I tried that at the hotel. And she's going to get up and follow Sammy. They send up hot drinks sometimes when I'm up late at night.
That's nice of them.
Yeah. They sent hot chocolate once. They sent tea a lot, which tea is tasty. I like tea.
Tea is really good.
Mhm.
You know, when you wake up, I'll make you some tea. How about that, okay?
One time they sent I don't know what it was, but it was spicy and I didn't like it.
Sammy's gonna like roll history to see if he knows what that is. Oh, please, internet, please don't die on me right now.
Okay, can you repeat that? Because something glitched.
Yeah, no, it was my internet. My internet was, I was rolling to see if Sammy would recognize the drink from Lethe's description. So.
That's a 10. Yeah, no.
That's a 10. He doesn't know anything. He kind of just blinks and is like, spicy. Okay. Note to self, nothing particularly spicy. I don't think I have anything spicy on me right now, at least in drink form. Like, he just kind of mutters that under his breath as he moves about into the kitchen of this place, which is kind of, as you enter, I need to pull up my little reference of the cabin. Well, the cottage, because I wasn't planning on using this, but then Sammy just said, hey, we're going to use the house paint today.
Mira? Hello? Fair enough.
Gonna pecking fight my internet. Oh my god. Okay. Since my internet is fluctuating, I'm really quickly going to grab my charging cord and plug that into my computer so I can just...
Mira, I can't hear you. I love you, Mira, but I can't hear you. Okay, you're back. Probably.
Can you hear me?
There you are.
Okay. Before I go again, I am going to I'm gonna grab my cord and hardwire myself into doing a hotspot real quick so we don't dip again. 1 sec.
Yeah. It's a technical difficulty song. It hopefully won't last long. It's a technical difficulty song. Hopefully it won't last very long.
Do.
Technical difficulty song. Song we sing when technical difficulties arise.
Okay. I am now connected to my phone. So hopefully this will not... I was hoping that I would not have any issues today, but no. No, my internet decides to be a bitch.
You are valid. Oh boy, I can edit this out in post. Don't worry.
Okay. Sorry, y'all.
It's
Okay.
all good.
Let me just really quickly pull up my map of Sammy's House of Paint for your reference, because I was not initially expecting to have the House of Paint feature in this FPS, but then Sammy decided, yes, we are doing we are doing this, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
Oh boy.
I realized my error of my ways because it's not connecting on my iPad, so we're just gonna find the...
We don't necessarily need to use a map if it's gonna take forever.
I can just...
But also, I also understand if you want to show it off.
Yeah, well, I've already shown it off a few times, but basically, I'll use my magic word picture describing things. Yes, I will speak.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you enter and, it's interesting, Lethe. You enter and, like, there's this little, kind of area where, there's, like, a little step, but there is, on the side, there's, like, some shelving, and Sammy kind of walks over and takes off his shoes and puts them onto, the little rack, and steps onto the step. Yes, I'm sure showing off his culture.
And Lethe is going to blink and be like, "Oh, should I take off my shoes?"
You can. The floor is not going to be damaged if you wear your shoes. It's a bit of a habit I have. And he just kind of rubs at the back of his head a bit.
Okay. And she nods and walks over, and she takes off her boots, and she is suddenly a foot shorter.
Sammy blinks and is like, are those heels?
Yes!
Huh. I mean, it's valid. But, huh.
They are very tall.
You were... Yeah, damn, those are tall. Sammy just kind of blinks at the shoes for a moment because, oh, height change. Wow. Okay.
I gave the detective a pair of them as well. Now she can be very tall.
Oh. That's actually... Huh. I wonder how tall she is now with those.
By her standards.
Tall by her standards?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
She seemed very pleased, and that made me happy.
I'm glad. And Sammy leads you into the kitchen and living room area. You look to the right and you can see the kitchen, and if you look to the left, you can see this nice, comfy looking living room area with like a bunch of couches and a bunch of pillows and blankets, and it looks very cozy. And Sammy kind of points to the couch and it's like, make yourself comfortable over there. Couches are really good napping spots, I've found. I'll make us some hot chocolate, okay?
Oh, okay. And she's going to walk over to couch. Pat, pat, flop.
It is very, very, very comfy. It is the right kind of plush, but firm to Lethe's liking.
It is soft and squishy.
I feel like
And
if it's soft and squishy, I feel like she like flops on it, and like for a brief moment, it tunishly kind of envelops her, and then like pop, pops her back up.
yeah, she gets swallowed for a moment and then pokes her head out from the pillows.
Yes.
And she just makes a very happy chiming sound, just do 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 do.
Sammy's making hot chocolate and is trying not to like get emotional into the hot chocolate. And I rolled to see how well the hot chocolate came out, and with a 19, it is very, very tasty hot chocolate. Like,
Yes!
the aroma fills the air as he's making the hot chocolate, like melting down the chocolate, stirring in the milk, making sure the milk doesn't burn. And then he pours this really delicious, creamy hot chocolate into 2 mugs and then brings them over to the couch. And then he kind of...
Lethe is smushed under the pillows. She has buried herself.
He kind of sits at the edge of the couch where he's pretty sure Lethe is not all curled up into a nice, cozy little Lethe burrito, and gently kind of taps the Lethe lump, and is just like, "You're gonna want to sit up for the hot chocolate."
Oh, of course. And she sits up, and she looks happy. She just says, your city thing is very soft.
Yeah, couches are nice.
Is this... Okay, this one's a couch.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was a sofa? Or was the other one a sofa? Or was the other one a couch too? What's a couch and a sofa?
I think one of them is smaller.
And she nods because yes, that makes sense.
He hands her the mug. It's a very bright, warm yellow.
And she accepts it, and she tries the hot chocolate, and just happy.
Sammy is very happy too. And he sips at his hot chocolate, and he just kind of quietly says, "I find when you are having trouble going to sleep, drinking something warm and comforting can help."
Oh, that would explain why I've fallen asleep so frequently after drinking tea and hot chocolate at the hotel.
Yeah, it makes you all nice and cozy and relaxed. Unless you have caffeine, which I don't recommend unless you really, really need it, and even then use it sparingly, because toons can react really badly to caffeine.
Noted! Okay, don't drink caffeine.
Mm-hmm. Caffeine usually is often found in coffee, so coffee and some types of tea. So just be careful. Read the packet instructions, and they should have a list of ingredients.
And she nods.
But yeah, this is nice and cozy, and oftentimes I've found myself using this to doze off and sleep when I've had nightmares.
And she nods and then kind of leans over and pats a hand against Sammy's shoulder, because if her dreams are nightmares, they aren't very nice. So if Sammy is having nightmares, that's not nice. So, pat, understanding.
Yeah, Sammy just kind of offers Lethe a gentle, sad smile, because, yeah, sometimes his dreams are not very nice. They are not a very nice place to be in sometimes.
Sleep is not a nice thing.
Well, it may not be right now, but as you fill your memories with happier things, I think you're gonna find that your dreams are gonna be nicer, Lethe.
Hmm.
Because right now, your dreams are filled with memories that are incredibly scary and hard. But you'll find that as you keep learning about the world and gaining more experiences, the good outweighs the bad.
You word for it.
And Sammy kind of just gently smiles at her and then takes another sip of his hot cocoa.
Lethe's going to scoot over, still partially submerged in pillow, and just flop against Sammy's side because, you know what? She can seek physical contact if she wants to. That's fine.
Sammy like kind of blinks down at her and then like smiles around his rim of his hot chocolate cup, his mug, and just kind of gently wraps an arm around her and kind of just gives her a gentle squeeze and a one-armed hug.
And she happy hums because, yes, good.
Sammy's shading is so vibrantly gold and rose right now. I hope you know he's just so fond of this kid. So fond. Like, he would move heaven and earth for this kid. I hope you know, Whirl.
I hope he knows that the feeling is mutual.
I am once again hold soft emoji over your characters.
I am hold soft over Sammy. He's good.
So yeah, I'm gonna just like roll a con to see how long it takes for Sammy to get sleepy.
Yeah, I should probably also roll con for Lethe.
Yeah, like let's just say like a straight con. Oh boy, he's getting sleepy.
Also sleepy.
Dice Parser says we both get an 11.
You know what would be cute?
What?
Lethe starts to fall asleep against Sammy's side as Sammy is also falling asleep, and they just pass out on the couch.
Yes, though I feel like before he fully falls asleep, he like kind of like his head dips a moment, and then it's like, oh, Lethe, you need to eat your lollipop. It's gonna give you good sleep.
Oh, okay, right. And she is going to eat the lollipop. She's gonna blink for a second. Oh, it tastes like lemonade.
Lemonade's tasty.
And then she is going to go back to hugging a pillow and using Sammy as a pillow.
Yes, good. I feel like Sammy at this point is kind of just, he has half a mind to just, you know what? No, he's gonna just. He pulls out a very well loved blanket that's blue and it has like a kind of blue satiny edging around the corners. And like it's been patched up and stuff. And it's very warm and soft and fluffy, and he drapes it over both himself and Lethe as they by this point I think the hot chocolate is gone, so the hot chocolate has now been put onto the table. Look at the
just so we don't spill hot chocolate everywhere because sleepy.
Yes. They are very sleepy and just they get all cozy onto the couch, and Sammy's like very much definitely got a protective arm kind of curled around Lethe's waist.
Hey, that's a 17.
Yay!
So she Well, if she does have a nightmare, you can't tell.
Mm.
And she probably can't tell either.
I hold her soft. Because, like, I feel like if she did have a nightmare, it was, like, one of those, like, low-key stressful, but basically adventure dreams.
Mm-hmm. I think it might have been, like, something along the lines of, like, because, unfortunately, due to, plot stuff, Lethe can't really have nice dreams yet. It's not allowed. But basically, she didn't dream of anything, and there was just kind of a vague sense of anxiety through the dream, but it's nice compared to most of her dreams.
I, I hold her so soft, Your Honor. We're gonna get this little tune some pecking good dreams. God damn it.
She hasn't found anything good to dream about yet.
This is fair, but still, I am saying.
And also, the bad stuff is really strong.
This is true. This is true. We're going to get some really good stuff that is super strong for Lethe. Mark my words. Damn it.
I have marked them.
Because, like,
But
Sammy's sharing my same sentiments, I hope you know.
but yeah, they both get restful sleep.
Mm-hmm.
If not perfectly good sleep, then restful sleep.
Yep. The lullapop does its job. Because if
And
it can't give
even
her
if
good dreams, it can give her restful sleep.
and even if her dreams are a little bit stressful, like, she still wakes up being hugged, and that's good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sammy is definitely in protective big brother mode now. It has happened. There are no takebacks.
No take backsies. But I do think that that is a good place to sort of zoom out, if you will.
Yep.
Just these two conked out on the couch because comfy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
With the mental note that eventually Sammy is going to have to teach Lethe what a garden is.
Yep. That's, I feel like, after they wake up and Sammy realizes, wait, you don't know what a garden is. Here, let me teach you. And also, here, have a flower crown. I made it myself. You watched me make it.
Yeah, I think, like, that does give me, like, the mental image of just when they're both waking up, Lethe just kind of blinks and rubs her eyes and says, "What's the name of your botanical area?"
Oh, it's called a garden?
Oh, okay. Noted. But yeah, I think that's where we end. Thank you so
Yep.
much for playing with me, Mira. This was a delight.
Thank you for playing with me as well. My heart is very full.
I love you very much.
I love you.
Everybody say goodbye to our listeners. Thank you for listening, everybody. Everybody say goodbye to the listeners. Goodbye, listeners!